Okay, if you're like, what the heck is this episode doing on a Monday? If you're a regular listener of the Soul Expansion podcast, I'm here to reassure you that no, you are not in the Twilight Zone. We did mean to release this episode on a Monday. And actually, we're releasing a new episode every single day this week, Monday through Friday, because I am sharing with you a free challenge I did on my Instagram about a month ago. So this is the Become an Energetic Match for Soulmate High Ticket Clients free challenge. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you day one, which is all about aligning yourself with Soulmate High Ticket Clients. And by the way, I actually have these amazing journal prompts and assignments that I created just for this challenge that I would love for you to take advantage of. You can do so by signing up for our email list. So all you have to do is go to KristenKaczynski.com/challenge. So again, that's KristenKaczynski.com/challenge, or check the show notes for the link and just enter your email address, and then you will get all of the assignments sent out to you automatically every single day this week. So again, it's KristenKaczynski.com/challenge, or check your show notes for the link. And I hope you enjoy all 5 episodes this week. This is day one of the Become an Energetic Match for Soulmate High Ticket Clients free challenge. I gotta be real with you. I'm gonna name something for a second. I have these weird nerves coming up that I don't normally get, but it's because I haven't done a free challenge since literally 2020. Like March 2020 was the last time I did a free challenge. Right before I logged on, I was like, oh my God, I'm actually kind of nervous because I haven't done this in a little while. So I just wanted to name that and to let you know it's okay to sometimes have the nerves come up when you're going live or doing something for your business that maybe you don't normally do. It's totally normal. And even though I have been in business for 2.5 years now, I've surpassed 6 figures, on my way to multiple 6 figures, I still get nervous. So today is day one. This is the Align training. So I'm going to be teaching you how to energetically align yourself with Soulmate High Ticket Client. So a couple announcements. Make sure you're signed up on the email list so you get the daily assignments, right? So the live trainings are awesome. They're amazing. They're going to really help you start to make mindset shifts and start to do the work. But the work doesn't end with the live training. The work really happens when you start to integrate and embody. If you find that the live trainings are only getting you halfway there, make sure you sign up at my link in bio as soon as this live training is done. And I'm giving you things like journal prompts. I'm giving you exercises you can do all for free just for giving me your email address. So definitely sign up so you get those assignments. Also, if you are on the email list, you're going to get invited to my Divine Feminine Sales live group call, which is one of my paid programs. So I've never invited anyone to one of my paid live calls before, but as part of this free challenge, I wanted to give you an opportunity to join one of those calls to see if you like working with me in a paid capacity completely for free. So you will get the Zoom link and the password and all of that information if you're on the email list, but you won't get it if you're just on my Instagram. And don't DM me and ask for the Zoom link. Please just sign up on the email list because we set up all the automations, okay? And boundaries. Hello. Thinking like CEOs right now. You got to have boundaries, right? So those are the first 2 announcements I have. The second thing, so we are doing a 7-day flash sale for all of my paid programs starting on Wednesday. You will get those details in your inbox as well. So stay tuned for that, especially if you're liking the content of the challenge. And I have one more. Oh, fully commit. Take this seriously, right? You signed up, you put your email in, you're here for the live training. Don't just twiddle your thumbs and kind of listen to me. Actually do the work, actually write out the journal prompts that are in the assignments, actually commit to this challenge because yes, it's free, but it's so valuable on purpose. I made it so valuable that you could potentially align yourself with paid clients this week and sign a client by the end of the week from this free challenge. But you have to hold that intention and you have to be that committed to showing up with your whole self. So really take this challenge seriously and do the assignments. I'm also doing them as well, right? So every morning when I wake up, I'm doing the same exact assignments that I'm sending out to you via email. So I'm walking the walk and I want you to walk it with me. Sound good? So today we're talking about aligning yourself with soulmate high ticket clients. So I want to kind of tell you a story just to start to illustrate this point and to also kind of like help you understand where you might be kind of like energetically blocking yourself or putting yourself into energetic alignment with clients that are not soulmate clients, right? Because I think we've all been there. We're not meant to work with everyone. So, the reason why we end up working with clients that are not soulmate clients is often because we don't set our standards high enough. So I want to relate this to dating first, and then I'll relate it back to business. So before I met my husband, I actually went on all of these really terrible dates, and I would love to know if you can relate to this. And I, had zero standards for who I was going out with. I didn't care like if they bought me dinner. I didn't care like what the date was. I was just like, anyone who says yes to me to go on a date, I'm going to go on a date with, right? Because I was kind of desperate, right? And a lot of us get into that space with attracting clients, right? Where we want to say yes to anyone who pops into our DMs and says, hey, I want to work with you. And we don't ask the right questions, or even if we do, we go against our better judgment and we work with people that are probably not fully aligned for us. So I actually went on this god awful first date right before I met my husband where okay, so I'm just going to set the stage. So I'm in Washington Square Park, which is a public park in New York City. And this guy like comes out of nowhere and is like, "Are you Kristen?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then he full on kisses me on the lips. Just met this person. And yes, we were going on a date, but like, hello, boundary violation. So he like full on kisses me on the lips within seconds of meeting me, didn't ask me permission or anything. And he was like, I just wanted to get that out of the way so it wouldn't be awkward later. And I was like, oh, ha ha ha. And I like went along with it. Right. But like inside, I was like, oh, fuck no, this is not who I want to end up with. This is weird. This is creepy. This is a boundary violation. I did not consent, etc. Right. So whatever, against my better judgment, I keep going on this date. So slowly but surely, I start to realize this guy doesn't have a job. He doesn't have money. He can't even pay for a $5 subway ride. Our date was literally walking from Washington Square Park across the Brooklyn Bridge into Brooklyn. And then we went all the way down through Prospect Park, which if you know New York, that's like, I don't know, like 7, 8, maybe 10 miles. It's like a lot of miles. And if you're in kilometers, I don't know the conversion rate, but if someone knows, definitely put it in the comments. So throughout this date, I'm like, all these red flags are popping up where I'm like, oh, this doesn't feel right. Oh, this doesn't feel right. I don't want to be here. Or I really wish I had like, written him off right away and like put up a boundary and said, no, like, do not kiss me right away. This is not, what I deserve. I deserve to be treated like a princess. Right. So I had all of this happening in the back of my mind. Bringing it back to business. Same thing happened in the beginning of my business. I had no standards. I was willing to work with anyone who said yes and gave me their credit card. And I didn't ask the right questions. I went against my better judgment and I allowed my boundaries to be compromised. So an example of this was, especially in the very beginning of my business, I had some clients ask, can you do like a 9-month payment plan for a 3-month program? Right? So like a 9-month payment plan for a 3-month program, that's a lot of risk on my part as an entrepreneur. That means I only get to collect 1/3 of the revenue before the program ends, right? So I gave them this 9-month payment plan because I was like, oh, well, if I don't give it to them, then they won't want to work with me. Will I make enough sales this month? Will I be able to continue to grow my business? I had all of this fear, right? And so I compromised my boundaries around my payment plans and I let them do the 9-month payment plan. Well, I'm sure you can guess the end of this story. They didn't pay me after the 3rd month. So it was a 3-month program. I only collected 1/3 of the revenue. I missed out on over $2,000 of revenue. And I was full-time in my business. So that $2,000 meant a lot to me, right? So that all happened. I learned my lesson the hard way. Hopefully this has not happened to you. But the reason why that happened is because my standards were so low and actually non-existent, right? Like I did not define what my standards were for aligned clients. And so today we are going to define what your standards are for aligned clients so you don't keep attracting people that disrespect your boundaries or that like cause you to, compromise your boundaries, right? So for me, I have a rule. No one tells me what payment plan they want. I tell them what payment plan I am comfortable with. And that's for my own safety and financial freedom and well-being and peace of mind, right? So if you've had clients try to negotiate prices with you, maybe you need to set a boundary there internally that says, I'm never going to do that again. That is not allowed. I am no longer aligned with that. I'm no longer available for that on an energetic level, right? And so with energetics, with alignment, you have to understand what you're trying to call in. So you really do have to define, okay, what type of client do I want, right? So I want to take you through a couple of things to kind of guide you in this process. So we're waving our magic wand. We're creating the perfect clients because they do exist in the quantum field. And whether you've met them yet or not, simply by defining who you want to call in is going to start to draw them in toward you because you're putting it out into the universe that you want this type of person in your energy. Okay, so that's step one. So here's some questions to guide you. These are also in the email, so you don't have to take notes. You can actually just get the email if you're on the email list. If not, get on the email list, link in bio after this training. So what is their commitment level? Right? So I was allowing clients to come in and pay me $200 per month on a 9-month payment plan, which to me, that is not very committed, right? Like that is not the type of person I attract now, thank God, right? And so I want you to think about, okay, if I'm attracting soulmate high ticket clients, what do I want them to be like available to sign up for? Like, how committed are they to their business? What are they willing to invest? What do they like? Do they see the value investing? Of course, you want to say yes, right? Like, are they excited? Are they empowered to invest? So, really defining like, what is their energy around investing? What is their energy around committing to their growth, committing to their goals? If you're not a business coach, committing to their health goals or their life goals, whatever type of coaching you do. And what personality traits do they possess? So something I have realized is I'm not for everyone and neither are you, right? So if I have a client who is really like needs like everything laid out for them step by step by step by step by step, that's not necessarily my ideal client, especially now as I've like shifted into energetics because it's not step by step by step, right? Like it's so much more internal. So I want you to define, okay, when I'm thinking of like my soulmate high ticket clients, what are their personality traits? Like, are they more like open and fun and goofy and they have a sense of humor, but they're also like badass bitches who are going to change the fucking world and are ready to invest in themselves? Define that information. And you'll notice this goes way beyond what most people say for like ideal client avatar, right? Like we want to like name our ideal client avatar and like give them their favorite Starbucks drink and talk about their hair color and talk about where they shop for clothing. It's like none of that bullshit matters. What actually matters is the energy or the vibration of your soulmate clients. So I want you to start to define that. That's step one. And again, any questions, just pop them in there. I'll get to them at the end. Okay. The other thing I want you to think about is what are their beliefs about investing in themselves, about working with you, about the type of help that they need, right? So like I do a lot of like really deep transformational coaching. My coaching is not, here's a launch plan, go figure it out. My coaching is like, let's dig into all the reasons why that launch plan didn't work for you, right? Like I go really deep with my clients. So think about that in terms of like who my soulmate client might be. It's going to be someone who's comfortable with getting uncomfortable, right? Like that is a definition, that is an energy or a vibration of my soulmate clients. So what's that for you, for your business, right? Like maybe you are someone who does more strategy. Okay. So maybe you want someone who doesn't need mindset help, right? Like maybe they're so solid on their mindset, they're so empowered, they're ready to go. All they need is a strategy, right? So really define that for yourself and for your business. And then the other important thing to define with your soulmate clients is what are their payment and purchasing behaviors, right? So a lot of times we're like, we set prices, we set, payment plans and everything. And then as soon as we get a payment objection, we kind of like freak out about it, right? We're like, oh my God, did I price it wrong? Did I do it wrong? Right? How many of you have been in that situation where maybe you raised your prices, right? You raised your prices to a rate that actually feels really good for you, but then you got feedback from someone that was like, ooh, I don't think I can afford that. Or, ooh, that's too much, right? I want to know if you've had that feedback before in sales situations. So when you're defining these people that you want to align with, your soulmate high ticket clients, you want to define their purchasing and their payment behaviors. So for me, I want soulmate high ticket clients who feel really good and really empowered and are always open to invest in themselves because they know the value of it, right? I don't want people who need so much money mindset work that they're not going to invest in themselves without me like having a TED talk with them, right? Like that is not my ideal client or my soulmate client. My soulmate client is someone who's like, okay, I already know I want to invest. I already know I need help. I already know the support is going to lead me to the goals that I want to achieve. I just need to know if it's the right fit for me, right? So that's the energy, the vibration of who I'm calling in. So I want you to define that for yourself, for your business. Now, the other side of this, because this has all been about your clients, but we're talking about energetic match, right? So, energetic match, that means you have to match the vibration of the clients that you want to call in. So, it's not just about what you're defining for them. We also have to flip the script and say, okay, who do you need to be in order to be an energetic match for those soulmate high ticket clients? So, part of the reason in the past, in the beginning of my business, why I was attracting people who were not my soulmate clients and who did not pay me all that they were supposed to pay me and who did not respect my boundaries, part of the reason that was happening was because I was an energetic match for them, right? So, like back then, I didn't have boundaries. Back then, I was deep in my trauma and I didn't know how to, really hold myself in discomfort or really be like empowered or be grounded, right? I had all these skills that I was missing. I was just letting people treat me like a doormat, even my own clients, even my own team. I was letting everyone treat me like a doormat. And that was my own personal problem, right? Like at the time I was deep in my trauma, I didn't know what was happening, but it was still the reason why it was happening is because I was deep in my trauma, right? So until I solved my trauma, until I was able to become really personally empowered and really confident and really develop a lot of self-trust, like deep self-trust, until that happened, I was not an energetic match for people that would pay me on time because I didn't believe I was worthy of it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you're finding that you're having a lot of struggle with attracting the types of clients that you want to attract, and you already know who they are, you've already done that part of the equation, look at what you're doing on the you side of it, right? Because it's energetic match. You have to match what they're looking for. So, how many of you have worked way more hours than you actually want to be working in your business? How many of you need better boundaries with social media? How many of you need better boundaries with your clients? Are you checking client messages at 9 p.m. or on the weekends and responding? No judgment, by the way. I was there too, right? Like we learn, grow, and evolve. But this is stuff you have to look at. If you want to start attracting higher caliber premium clients who will pay you and respect you, you got to start being a higher caliber coach or service provider who values yourself, your time, your energy, and enforces your boundaries and, creates those boundaries with social media and has strict working hours. It's super common in our industry, right? So you got to not only raise the standards for the type of clients that you want to attract, you also need to raise the standards of yourself, right? Like you need to start treating yourself as a higher quality person, a higher quality coach. You need to start valuing your own time and energy just like a millionaire would, right? Okay. So a couple other things to look at. How many of you really need to fucking delegate? You need to hire a virtual assistant. How many of you like really, 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 really need to delegate, but you've been putting it off because you didn't feel like you were worthy of it yet, or you feel like you don't have enough income yet. So you're telling yourself that there's scarcity and there's lack and you can't do that yet. Right? Well, think of the person who is going to hire you at that higher level. They're going to want you to be really focused on coaching. They're going to want you to have really quality energy, really clean energy to show up for them. Right? So time to delegate, right? Stay in your zone of genius. Another thing to think about, how many of you already have a virtual assistant, right? Like you already have a team and you still don't delegate to them because you feel like it would just be easier or faster if you did it yourself. right? Some of you are earlier stage in business, so this may not apply to you, but I know for me, I had a team and I still did all the work, not because my team wasn't capable, but because I didn't trust them and I didn't believe I was worthy of delegating, right? So those are things to look at. And so I want you to think, if you're still doing some of these behaviors that don't really align with the type of client you want to call in, what are some new behaviors you can start to do, right? A lot of them are going to be boundaries. A lot of them are going to be taking care of yourself. A lot of them are going to be about valuing your time and energy, saying no more often to things you don't want to do, saying yes more often to things that serve your highest intention. So as part of today's assignment, which was sent to your email, send up at my link in bio. If you didn't get that yet, we have automations in place to make sure you get it. As part of your assignment, I want you to get clear on who you're calling in and who you need to be to call those people in.
Okay, listen up because this is huge. Okay, so I've never done this before, but I wanted to just kind of like shake things up during challenge week and just basically have like a whole freaking party on the podcast during challenge week. So I have a free gift for you, and it's super easy for you to receive this free gift. Here's all you have to do. But first, let me tell you what the gift is. So if you do what I'm about to say, you will get a secret coupon code to Divine Feminine Sales Preview, which includes everything inside of Module 1. So if you've been hearing my ads about the Divine Feminine Sales Module 1 $55 offer, I'm actually going to give you a coupon code for 100% off so you can access Module 1 completely free. In that Module 1, you get my offer creation framework, which is going to support you in creating amazing offers that are super clear to both you and your soulmate clients and will allow you to shift into alignment to attract those soulmate clients. So it's a super juicy free gift. I'm going to give you that secret coupon code if you do this. All you have to do is rate and review the podcast. Take a screenshot before you hit that submit button, and then send me a DM on Instagram with the screenshot. And remember, I'm at Kristen Kaczynski on Instagram. Now, if you're listening to this podcast during Challenge Week, what are you waiting for? Do it right now. You can do it while I'm still talking in this advertisement. However, if you're listening to this after Challenge Week, maybe a month from now, maybe a year from now, if you found the podcast after I ran these episodes, here's what I want you to know. I will still give you some sort of free gift if you rate and review the podcast and screenshot that review and DM it to me on Instagram. I can't promise it'll be Divine Feminine Sales Module 1 because, marketing and offer suites and all the things we do on the back end, that changes year over year sometimes. But I promise I will have some sort of free gift for you if you rate and review and send me your review. So do me a favor, rate and review the podcast. It really helps the show reach more people. It helps more people experience their own soul expansion. And if you've gotten something positive out of this show, saying even just like a couple of sentences, taking like 2 minutes to write the review, it dramatically helps the podcast reach more people, which means I get to help more people and you get to be a part of that impact. And I want to reward you for that. So go ahead and write your review, take a screenshot, DM it to me on Instagram at Kristen Kaczynski, and I will have your secret coupon code for Divine Feminine Sales Module 1. Or if you're listening to this at some point in the future, some other free gift will be waiting for you in my DMs. What are you waiting for? Do it now. Thank you. I love you so, so, so much. And now let's get back to the show.
So now I'm going to read some things I wrote for myself to hopefully inspire you and maybe get the creative juices flowing. And to also show you how in depth I went, right? So I wrote 5 pages this morning of notes. And it honestly really helped me align myself energetically with who I want to call in and how I need to take care of myself to make sure I am an energetic match for them. So don't necessarily copy this word for word. You might be in a different industry. You might have different preferences for the type of client you want to call in. You might be at a different income level. So certain things may not align, but just use it as like inspiration and an idea of how in depth you can go. And then I'll take questions at the end. So if you have questions, start populating those in. Okay, so this is about my clients. My soulmate clients are deeply committed to their business, their income goals, and their growth. Even when shit gets hard, quitting is never an option for them. They are here to change the world. right? They sound like badasses, right? It's because they are, right? My soulmate clients are responsible, committed, spiritual or spiritually curious. They get shit done and take action. They show up to every call. They are willing to get uncomfortable. They want to radically transform. They're funny. They're excited. They're loving. They're empowered. They're self-starters. They're soul-driven leaders. They are passionate, optimistic. They're dreamers and doers. And they're bold as fuck change makers. Right? How many words did I just say? That was a lot of words, right? So I got really super in depth because I wanted to get really super clear on the vibration, the energy of the person that I want to attract. And I want you to do the same thing. So now this is more about their purchasing behaviors. My soulmate clients are always open to investing in themselves. They never need convincing of the value. When they know it's the right investment, they just know. It may take some time to overcome fear or to take the plunge, but they always do if it's the right fit. They don't want to waste precious time and energy being stuck. They're ready to move. Right? So think about like the energy or the vibration of someone who's ready to move. They're not going to like need 72 messages about the features, right? They're not going to need you to talk about the features day in and day out. They want to know, what are the results I'm going to get? I'm ready to move. Show me the results. I'm ready to move. Show me how I'm going to transform, right? So that informs everything. It's not just about the energetics. That informs your marketing. That informs your sales page. That informs what you say to people in the DMs, right? So this is great clarity for you on all angles. Okay, so then about myself, what I wrote for myself about who I need to be in order to be this energetic match for them on a cellular level, because that's how the universe works, right? Even if I have the perfect marketing speaking to this go-getter client who's super bold, who's excited to invest in herself, who's going to get shit done and is spiritual and all the things that I just described, even if I have so much clarity on that in my marketing, if I am out of integrity energetically on my end, I will not be an energetic match for them. And I may still sign a couple clients that are like that, but it's going to feel harder. It's going to feel like I have to do more work. It's going to feel like I have to sell them instead of it just being like this effortless match where it's like, oh, I see you. I know I want to work with you. Oh, I see you. I know you're a perfect fit client, right? Like when it's truly an energetic match, there's never objections. That might sound crazy, but it's accurate. Like when you truly are in such deep alignment with the people who want to hire you, there are no objections. It's really just like, okay, I'm going to pay on Thursday. Send me the invoice, right? Like that's the whole freaking conversation. So it's worth it to do the work on your end to just save yourself a lot of headaches in the sales process. And you'll probably make more sales and grow your income by a lot, which has been true for me and my clients. So just wanted to put that out there. Okay, so about myself, who I need to be in order to be an energetic match for these amazing soulmate clients that I'm calling in. So my soulmate clients are looking for a safe, loving, and deeply rooted leader. They are looking for someone who truly walks the walk, is embodied in her craft, uses the things that she recommends, and is successful because of the caliber of her work, not because of her popularity. So that last one, I really want to speak about that for a second before I go on. So if I am focusing on the caliber of my work being the thing that my soulmate clients are looking for, then I don't need to get wrapped up in the Reels algorithm. I mean, yes, I'll learn about it. I'll do the things to make sure I'm staying relevant on the platform. But if my clients are looking for the caliber of work in order to make their purchasing decisions, that's what I need to put more of my time and energy into. And that's what I do, right? That's what I am doing right now. Okay. So if it's not about popularity for my clients, then I don't need to focus on all the Instagram algorithm bullshit, right? And think about that for yourself, right? So maybe for you, your clients want to see that you can grow a social media platform really rapidly. So maybe popularity is important for you. For me, it's not important because I do such deep work. Caliber of work is a lot more important for me. Okay, my soulmate clients also desire a leader who has powerful boundaries, which I totally do, consistently shows up for herself first in all areas of her life, models a different way of leadership as compared to the industry as a whole, is compassionate, is innovative and forward thinking, and prioritizes safety, trauma-informed coaching and sustainability above all else. And I am proud to say those are all true of me. They're just things I have to continue to build and continue to integrate and continue to embody over and over and over again to stay an energetic match with these ideal clients. Okay, so that was a lot of info, right? And your head might be spinning right now. You're like, oh my God, what did she just say? And so what I want you to take from this is the assignments are in the email. And I want you to go inward for these answers. So I give you my answers. Those came from my body. Those came from my heart. Those came from my journaling pen. That's what I want you to do. I don't want you to copy my answers. We're in completely different places in our businesses, most likely. And so my answers will not help you be an energetic match for your soulmate clients, right? We have different soulmate clients. So I urge you and I encourage you, go inward for these answers. Do not just take it from mine. Okay, so the last part of today is actually taking action, right? So once you journal it out, you write it all down, you know who they are, you know who you need to be. What are 3 things you can do today or tomorrow, if it's kind of late in the evening where you're at? What are 3 things you can do today to start to actually be in that energy, right? So for me, 3 things I did today. Remember, I said for me to be an energetic match for them, I need really powerful boundaries. I need to really take care of myself first, show up for myself first. Well, what did I do today? So I set some boundaries with like a group text that was draining my energy. I put it on mute. I also blocked my calendar on certain days so I could get shit done. So that was another like boundary CEO thing I did to be an energetic match for my clients. I also worked out today. I did my inner work. I did my journaling. I did my own free challenge assignment so I could really be embodied in my craft and not just like preach things at you and teach you things, but actually show you that they work by doing them myself. And so I did all those things today, right? So what are a couple things you can do today that will shift you into alignment with them? You know, it's probably going to be a lot of things about self-care, boundaries, taking care of yourself, or getting more organized. That was something else I did today. I got super organized. I had been on my honeymoon a couple of weeks ago. So things kind of like were all over the place. And so I was really intentional about making an agenda for my team meeting today with my online business manager. That's something I don't normally do, but it's something I'm going to start doing every single time now because we got through everything. We have a plan. We're focused. We're on the same page. We know what's happening. I mean, that's 7-figure CEO Kristen, right? What I was doing before was like 6-figure kind of coasting along Kristen. So I want you to actually start to make those uncomfortable changes today and do 3 things today that are going to shift you into that energy that will allow you to be a match for these high caliber soulmate clients. Okay? Cool. So that's it for today as far as the training. Tomorrow we are doing day 2 is release. So we'll be releasing versions of you, old types of clients that no longer serve you, rules in your business that no longer serve you. We'll be releasing a lot of things tomorrow. So definitely show up for that at 3 p.m. Eastern and check your inbox. I think the emails are coming out at 8 a.m. So that's all for tomorrow. Make sure you sign up on the email list to get the assignments in your inbox. All right. See you guys later. Send me a DM if you want to chat, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for honoring your soul's calling today and taking the time to listen to this episode of the Soul Expansion Podcast. If you have a question you'd like featured or have a topic idea, I would love to hear from you. Find me on Instagram at Kristen Kaczynski and send me a DM with your request. Remember, you are a truly limitless being. The limits you see now are only an illusion. Whatever it is that you desire, that's already yours. It already exists in the universe here and now. You simply have to awaken to what you already have. And I hope this episode brought you a little closer to that truth. If you love this episode and would like to give from your heart and appreciation, please take a few moments to screenshot it and tag me in your stories on Instagram, or write a brief review on your favorite podcast platform. Your voice truly matters, and your feedback helps to spread abundant expansion to a broader audience. And what a gift that is, right? Just think about how much abundance will come back to you if you help a friend experience their own soul expansion. And with that, I just want to say thank you for being you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for listening. And until next time, I'm Kristen Kaczynski, and I love you.